Yes, Susan.
Are you a foodie?
Foodie, as in...
Do you love food? Do you love exploring new places to eat?
Futon. No, yes. I like yes.
Well, you are in for a treat today because we're going to be visiting 4 different restaurants that are not too far from us in Laguna Woods.
So you would have to be a foodie then. You're really going to enjoy this.
You really have to enjoy food.
Okay. Eating good in the neighborhood, in other words.
Eating good in the neighborhood. Or it's going to be more like, if you want it to be a little more classy, you could call it a gourmet world tour.
Wow. I like that. I brought my globe. This is for my 3rd grade class.
Well, let's check it out.
I've always liked this. So where are we going first?
Look at all these places in the whole world. Well, today we are starting with China.
Okay, I'm going to go to China.
No, I'm going to go to China.
You're going to China.
Right. And then you get to go to
India.
India.
Okay, I'll go to India. You go to China. I'll go to India.
And then after that, I'm going to, where is it? I'm going to France.
Okay. And then I'll take Greece, which is over here. And then one of us is going to end up in Italy. Who, you want to flip for it? I'm going.
No, that is
going to Italy.
Fair. Oh, all right. I'm envious.
Because it was my globe.
It was your globe. All right. So be it.
All right.
Well, anyway, we have some great adventures ahead of us.
Okay, and I'll see you there.
See you there, Bill.
It's going to be delicious.
It's going to be fabulous.
Hey, this is Bill Hamburger, Beyond the Gates again, or Beyond the Gates today with the Tastes of Greece. And I'm here with the owners, Elizabeth and Yanni. And you started this as a passion for family and friends, correct? You just wanted to introduce them to Greek food?
Yes, because of my heritage being Greek, raised in the United States, this passion for cooking always existed.
You have catering and a restaurant? Which started first?
The restaurant, along with catering, both of them, really, because I was able to entertain and accustomed to doing parties at home.
Okay.
And then 12 years ago, exactly 12 years ago, today's our 12th anniversary, we we opened this restaurant, and we made the decision 1 month before, just to be able to share the benefits of the Mediterranean Greek cuisine with our community.
I'm thinking about the first time I would have Greek food. What would you recommend somebody, if they've never had it before, what should they try?
I get this question quite a bit. We're actually a bit different than most Greek restaurants because we serve different categories of food.
Okay.
There's seafood, there's Greek traditional foods, there's takeout food, and there's the grilled. So we carry everything, and this is what makes us so different than most places, and even in Greece. And I ask people, what are you in the mood for? So if it's a traditional food, you know, it would be the moussaka, it would be the pasticcio.
Which leads me to my next question. If you don't, I mean, some of the words might sound strange. So just people point, it's like, what is this? And you just explain.
And we'll explain, and we train our staff to be able to explain. We allow our staff, of course, to eat everything so they're familiar with the foods. They watch us prepare. And that's the way we've built our clientele with.
So is your menu changed? Does it change seasonally?
It changes seasonally because I do believe that we have to eat foods the correct season of the year. So, and we do have a standard menu, but I also have a specials menu that I'll change weekly, and we'll offer whatever comes to my mind.
What's the Eat and Run gyro?
The Eat and Run gyro is gyro.
What is it? Is that what it is?
Gyro.
Gyro. So it's not, so the G is silent.
You can say gyro, you can say gyro. It comes from the word gyrate, G-Y-R-O, because it rotates on a vertical spit. We make our own. We buy the meat, good quality meat, and we shave as it spins and roasts. We shave it off, and we marinate it ourselves, and we put it in a pita wrap and dress it with tzatziki and Yeah, it's sort of the Greek hamburger.
Now, how often do you go back to Greece to get new ideas, or do you?
Every year, except for last year with
Yeah,
COVID,
sure.
we weren't able to travel. We're still hoping to go this year. And just like everything evolves, so does the Greek cuisine.
So you actually do go back and get ideas and then apply it here.
Yes, and I've learned how to prepare my meals from my family, my mother and my father. But living in Greece, I also lived with my grandmothers, so I have my grandmother's recipe.
Where were you born?
I was born in Greece. Most people, hear people, I was born and raised here because my parents brought me over here when I was 6 months old.
Oh, okay.
So, schooled in the United States, went to UCLA, and then my parents decided to send me to Greece to meet my grandparents, and that's where I met my grandparents, but I also met my husband, and we stayed there for 20 years.
Are you open 7 days a week?
We're open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Monday's only for dinner. Tuesday through Saturday, it's lunch and dinner all day long.
Do you work 6 days a week?
Yes.
I was doing a notary, mobile notary, and there were people were asking me, where is there is a Greek restaurant we can go to eat? And I said in 2009, why we don't open a Greek restaurant?
Elizabeth, Yanni, thank you very much for taking the time to see us today. I know running a business, especially a restaurant, is very time consuming.
Thank you for having us on your show.
Sure.
And hope to see many
People from beyond the gates and from the village here at Taste of Greece.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now let's see what's happening in Susan's world.
And I'm here today in Dana Point at the Peking Dragon Restaurant. And I'm visiting today with Shane Chu, the owner of the Peking Dragon Restaurant. Welcome.
Thank you very much,
We're just
Suzanne.
thrilled to be here today.
Yeah,
and
thank
now, I'd like to know a little bit about the history of this landmark restaurant. How long have you been here?
We've been here 36 years.
Oh my gosh.
Starts 1985, and my parents, my father's chef, came over to Dana Point, and he likes the area so much, and he says this is the place we're gonna open a Chinese restaurant. So in that time, then we started to open the small one, like a 10 table, and after 1 year later, then we start to remodel the whole,
To expand.
expand the new building, and from there, then we start to all the way to the now.
I see. So this is your father that set it up.
Yes.
And they were from China,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And the tradition is carried on through the
Yes.
generations.
Yes. Thank you.
And now instead of 10 tables, you have how many tables?
Now we have 36 tables.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
yes.
And you seat how many people here?
It's 175.
Well, tell me a little bit about some of your specialties here.
Yes.
What do people seem to ask for most often?
The famous dishes when we started, it was the garlic fried chicken, yeah, and then mushu pork, and seasoned rice soup, and then the shrimp. We have a honey walnut shrimp. They love, yeah, and we have all other dishes very good, and so it's a more traditional people order. Yeah, orange peel chicken.
And
Yes.
I understand you have a killer egg roll.
Yes, we
die
do.
for.
Yes, we do have. Came from East Coast,
Huh.
so we brought all the ingredients from East Coast. So we have a East Coast like egg roll. It's a very fulfilling the bigger egg roll. Yes.
You know, the one thing that really impressed me is that
Yeah.
on your menu,
Yes.
you have in big black letters, no MSG.
Yes.
And that is such a hard thing to find
Yes.
a Chinese restaurant
Yes.
that really truly does not have
Yes.
MSG in it. So
Yes.
many people have allergies. to
Yes,
that.
that's right.
So you have, well, now tell me about your hours.
Yeah, we are, after COVID happened, then we changed our hours to different time. So we used to open dinner 5 to 9:30 or 10, but we are recently changed it to 4:30 to 8 weekdays.
Okay.
Weekend, Friday, Saturday, 4:30 to 8:30.
Okay. Now you're open for lunch as well.
Yes,
right?
we do open lunch Tuesday to Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday.
11:30, yeah,
11:30
to 2:30.
to 2:30, and then you close down.
We close on Monday.
You're open from 11 to 2:30 for lunches.
Yes.
And then if someone shows up at 2:30,
Uh-huh.
are you closed then?
Yes, we give everybody a break.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're
so
closed for
yeah.
then you're closed
2:30 and yes,
2:30 to
and then
4:30.
4:30. Yes,
Oh,
correct.
that's
yes,
nice.
yes.
That's very nice for your
Yeah,
employees.
yeah. So it's get you refreshing
Okay.
in the mind and come back to
wonderful.
work.
Every day but Monday.
Yes, except
Now, what is this I hear about jelly beans at
Oh,
the end of dinners?
yes. When we started the beginning, then we say, okay, we need to give something. Lots of restaurants they give mint. And so we say, well, there's something has to be a little different than mint. So we just started the jelly bean. So yes, from that until COVID, we been stopped after that COVID because they're not allowed to put in it. So once everything's get to normal, then we will be definitely bring the famous jelly bean, Peking dragon jelly bean. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait. The famous Peking dragon
Yes.
jelly beans will be back
Thank you.
soon.
Yes.
We just don't know when.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Shane, for taking time to fill us in on your fabulous restaurant. We look forward to coming to visit.
Thank you.
So, Bill, what are you up to today?
Today at the India Supermart, and Raj, the owner, has been gracious enough to stand with us here today. I understand that you just went through your grand opening
Yes, Bill.
on July 12th?
Yes.
How was it?
We had our grand opening on the July 12th. So we had a very good response. So on the first half of the day, we got about 150 plus customers
That's good.
checking out our store, and they were all excited that we gave that new option for the customers for the Indian groceries, produce, meat, and all the different items all under one roof.
Now, what made you want to open a specialty supermarket or mart like this?
So when we see here, there was no much of the options for the customers for an authentic grocery and also like produce and meat all in one place. So I see a lot of customers been going to different markets to get their groceries, to the meat, to the vegetable. So we want to bring all of them under one roof. So that was one of the driving force behind it.
Now,
And there was also people's feedback that the prices were a bit higher because there was no competition. So I think we want to bring that new options into the market.
what do you think might be somebody's, in the general public's misconception about the India Supermart? Is that a fair question? What would somebody think, oh, maybe your food's too spicy or something like that?
So currently we sell only pre-packaged food.
Okay.
So mostly the Indian groceries, the frozen food, which is all like leading brands in the industry. So it's pretty much we are bringing in all the brands which are familiar for the customers.
Okay.
And which are like the spice level and everything is all set for all different audiences, and not just the Indian community, but predominantly for everyone.
I see on your website that people can they order from your website?
Yes.
And would you package an order and have it ready to go for them?
Yes.
And how does that work?
So that's another thing also I noticed there was no online presence for the Indian groceries. So we want to bring a full-blown online e-commerce. So in our website, customers can go in, order their products, pay, and check out. And once they bring the ordered information to the store, it will be ready. So we pack it. So it's about 4 hours lead time for us to
okay, that's pretty good.
pack the food, and then they can come and pick it up. That way they don't have to spend too much time for the products they already know.
Open 7 days a week?
Yes.
Okay.
So we open 9:30 till 9:30.
Okay.
All days in a week.
Are you here 7 days a week?
Yes, I'm trying to definitely be as much as possible. And it's a family-owned business, so me and my wife are the partners in the business. So either me or my wife, she will be filling in. And it's my passion, actually, for my wife to start such a business too. So we are kind of connected in the same passion. And she's going to be, majority of the time too.
Cool. Are most of your customers Indian?
Most of it is Indian based, but we are also seeing a lot of local and Spanish community as well in and around our neighborhood.
Raj, thank you very much for your time here at the India Supermart, and we hope to get people from the village to come in and enjoy your food.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. Thank you so much for coming and interviewing and spreading this word in our city. So I'm very grateful for that.
And now let's see what's happening in Susan World.
And I'm here today in Dana Point at the Maison Cafe and Market with owner Danielle Kewen. Danielle, it's a pleasure to be with you today.
Thank you for being here.
And this is quite an impressive place. I feel like I'm in France all of a sudden. It's just a charming restaurant. And who knew that it could be tucked in between a laundromat and a tackle and bait shop, and it could be so inviting.
Thank you.
And you have a large following. So tell me a little bit, Danielle, about how did this restaurant, how did it come about?
So Maison means home or house in French, and my goal is when you walk in our doors that you feel at home, that you feel the warmth and welcoming and love and care. And I hope that that translates on our plates as well with all the food that we create.
Yes, well, it definitely did for me when I first walked in. It's just wide open and very comfortable. Now, tell me a little bit about the, first tell me, how did this come about, though? I mean, this was your, have you owned restaurants before?
I have not owned restaurants before, but I've been in the restaurant industry for 26 years this year.
Okay.
I dropped out of high school when I was 15 and started working full-time, knowing that this is what I wanted to do. And I have 2 incredible teenage boys and want to provide for them, and finally saved up enough money to open my own restaurant.
Wow. So that means you've been to culinary school and done it on your own?
Just dropped out of school and started working.
Who was your inspiration for this kind of food?
The world.
The world.
You know, I've never traveled much, but I read a lot of books, and I've always watched and probably annoyed a lot of chefs along the way, asking tons of questions about this and that.
So yours is what they call farm to table menu, with the freshest, the healthiest, the best. A lot of vegetarian food and vegan dishes.
A lot of everything. In my mind, healthy food does not always mean that it has to be vegan or vegetarian. It's about sourcing and knowing your ingredients and where they come from.
Exactly.
So we do have a lot of proteins. We have a lot of meat and seafood. On our dinner menu, we have our bistecca and osso buco, but they're all grass-fed, grass-finished. All of our seafood is sustainable and or wild. And so there's just a lot of thought that goes into the ingredients that we use.
I can see great care in finding suppliers for all of these products. My understanding, you've been open for 3 years.
It'll be 3 years in November.
Okay, but actually open for people to come in?
So we never shut down during COVID. We took little breaks here and there to reformat what we did, but when the virus first became prevalent, we actually converted ourselves into a grocery store and turned the tables into shopping aisles. And we had a produce aisle, a seafood aisle, a pantry aisle, and then my favorite, the wine aisle. And then we started doing take and bake meals and meal prep. We started delivering groceries.
So you did whatever it took
We did
to
whatever
keep
it
you
took.
floating, and very resourceful, very, very clever.
Yes.
Now, this location is an unusual location. I think the people who watch this should know that it's not really tricky to find, but it's a surprising location.
It is.
Because this used to be called Baba Kahuna's.
Yeah,
and
it was a little pizza divey spot. And,
Yes.
you know, like you said, we were stuck right between the laundromat and the bait tackle.
That's right.
Behind a gas station,
And you are making it work
I
big
am.
time.
Yeah, it was all I could afford. So, you know, that's what you were
And it
given,
works.
and we turned it, we gutted it, we remodeled it.
You know, tell me a little bit about some of the best sellers here. What are some of the favorite
So we
dishes?
do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so there's quite a few. Everything on the menu is my favorite, or it wouldn't be on there. For avocado toast, I love the champignon, which is our crushed avocado toast topped with our wild mushroom blends. It's got maitake, cremini, portobellini, king oyster, beach, and trumpet oysters. And we saute those with a little garlic butter. It's put on top of the avocado toast with a fried over easy egg.
Oh.
So that's one of my favorites.
That sounds fabulous. I've never seen, I know avocado toast, but I've never seen so many options.
We do have a lot.
With
we
avocado
cure our
toast.
salmon in-house.
You do?
We do with beets and fennel, so it's got this beautiful earthy flavor. It's sweet from the beets. And then we have an avocado toast that has that on it too, the gravlax. We have our Dutch baby, which is definitely a staple for all the little kids and grown kids.
They would love that. But you make a lot of things here too, like your own pastries and pastas and even ricotta cheese.
Yeah, we make everything from house. When I designed the kitchen, I designed it without a walk-in refrigerator. So we only have a couple little fridges that have a couple doors. So that way everything is guaranteed to be fresh. What I found from my years of being in the restaurant business is the more cold storage your kitchen has, the more over prepping your cooks will do to try to make their jobs a little easier the next day.
Thank you, Danielle, for taking the time to fill us in on all of this. And I'm sure people from Laguna Woods will be thrilled
I
to
can't
hear
wait.
about this. People who are looking for a nice, healthy fix of good food.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the time.
Have a great day.
Thanks. Okay, Bill. Well, I am wondering what you're up to. You have just missed something fabulous here.
With Steve from Tudor Fresco up here in Rancho Santa Margarita, and this is a beautiful place.
Thank you, Bill.
I mean, the setting, everything is just gorgeous.
Thank you.
Is it a family-run restaurant?
It is family-owned, and we've owned it since the year 2000. We had another location up the way. We moved over here 5 years ago and built this. And
But you have 3 locations.
we do. One in Orange on Catella and Glasell, and one in Tustin on 17th and Tustin. Little different concept over there, but same name and same great food.
What does Tudor mean?
Tudor means everything, and Fresco means fresh, meaning everything is fresh. We do everything from scratch, everything fresh, made daily, including our gelato every day.
So now how do you accomplish that? Is it just truckloads of fresh come in every day?
Absolutely. Deliveries, you'll see them back there every morning, bringing in the fresh fish, fresh produce, all our fresh poultry, and
it is mostly Italian cuisine.
you know, we obviously, that's our focus. We have a lot of pasta dishes, but in this location, it's more eclectic. We have a lot of seafood. We have an amazing pork chop. We have a filet. We have a lot of other dishes other than what you would just expect in an Italian restaurant.
Now, who had the idea in the family of running a restaurant? I mean, it's a pretty demanding business.
It is demanding, as most are. I tell people that all the time. Everybody perceives restaurant business as being so uniquely demanding, but I'm sure you interview other people in other industries that work 24/7 also and have the same challenges with staffing and those type of things.
Right.
But it has its unique difficulties. But you know, you have to love it. I love people. I love food,
Say, okay.
and so I don't feel like I'll go to work every day. But It's great.
Did you have experience before in the restaurant business?
I did. Started my early days with Marie Callender's when they were in the beginning days, and learned a lot from them. Spent my first 12 years with them, and spent 12 years with Claim Jumper after that. So I had a lot of years to gain a lot of great experience from two great organizations, and then had an opportunity to purchase the Tudor Fresco from a great Italian that owned it. He opened it in '91 in Irvine, and then moved over here in '95 in Rancho Santa Margarita. And then I bought it from him in the year 2000. Love Italian food, and I had taken a few years off and traveled and got married, and thought it'd be a great opportunity to pick up a great, very successful restaurant, and it worked out well.
Now, one of the things I know it's one of my passions is really good fresh beer. I can't drink bottled beer anymore. And I know a lot of people will not drink bottled beer. Do you have really good draft beer?
A beer snob. We love beer snob, Bill. And you come to our bar and we're going to exceed your expectation.
Okay.
I guarantee you. We have a bar manager, Chris, who is really, really knowledgeable with his beers and has all the best tap beers that you'll imagine. And he rotates them quite a bit. So it keeps people, coming back and interested. So I expect to see you at that bar with Chris and doing some tastings.
You're open 7 days a week.
7 days.
Are you working 7 days a week?
24/7. Absolutely.
You must really love it.
I do, and I live close to here, so I have flexibility. I always made it to my kids' games and all those activities in the earlier days, and that's one nice thing about being a proprietor. You have that flexibility. But 7 days. We open at 11 on Monday through Friday, and on Saturday and Sunday we have an amazing brunch. It's off of a menu. It's not a buffet, but 9 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. It runs until 2:30. And so it's really very unique, a lot of very unique breakfast items. You need to come and check that out. A lot of them that go really well with beer, especially IPAs, Bill.
Give me some idea of your signature dishes.
Yes, we have a guest from Laguna Woods, Stan the Man is who we call him. I think he's having his 90th birthday this coming week, but been a loyal guest for 20 years. But he loves his lamb and comes in for the lamb once or twice a week. But we do have signature items. Our lasagna is incredible. An Italian restaurant, you got to have an amazing lasagna. And we have quite a mix of pastas, from spicy to the basics to a really light. We call it a linguine limon with fresh made linguine with lemon peel, fresh heirloom tomatoes, arugula, a light sauce.
Steve, thank you very much for your time here. I know, like you said, you're extremely busy, the restaurant business, but you have a tremendous place here.
Thank you, Bill.
And
Appreciate it.
I will definitely check out the tap beers.